Uh,
The flower.
yeah, the rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I really like to rap about. And I had a friend, he passed away, RIP. He was really great at drawing. So what we used to do in high school together is that he would write poetry. He would draw something, and I would write a poem out of what I saw.
Mm, that's interesting,
And
actually.
we went on.
What a collab move for
Yeah,
like a way to chill with the peoples. Holy shit, you could do that right to this day.
yeah,
Knowledge nugget.
yeah, yeah. It was dope. It was really great times. And yes, so that's the process, man. It was a lot to make me start rapping. It was a lot because that roommate, he busted me for at least 3 years, good 2 3 years, telling me, yo, you should rap. I was like, no, I don't want to rap. I just want to keep doing my little thing. Also, my little money, that's it. Like, I don't want to get into this thing. But in behind closed doors, I was still studying the game. I was still really following who was doing what.
Okay, so who were your
But I
favorites at
wasn't
that time?
wanting that.
So who are the inspirations of an early Soul.I.Am?
B.O.B. 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 Hands
Okay,
down.
I hear
B.O.B.
that shit. I hear that heavy actually.
B.O.B. Hands down. B.O.B. was something.
Why? Talk about
Who
B.O.B.
else?
Okay, how do you feel?
B.O.B. Why? Because, huh?
How do you
How do I
feel
feel about
about
what?
the flat Earth part of B.O.B.? Or like, are you like into that side of stuff, or is that like? Cause I'm not like.
Yes, yes, exactly. That's the reason why. That's the reason why I was about B.O.B. so much. Is that those things he rap about? Um,
And I'm not hating, right? Cause
I
like,
am. No, 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 no. But one thing I would say is that I feel like, man, I don't want to start such a debate, but I feel nobody is right. I feel the earth is neither a sphere or a plate.
I
I
mean,
don't feel we should give it what it is. Like, I don't feel we see it from what it is, man. I feel it's something deeper because, man, ah,
so it's
I
like,
cannot I cannot put myself I cannot put myself in a position where I don't have enough information.
mm,
And internet is not the information that I talk about. I'm talking about stuff that is tangible. Like, man, I don't know, man. It's there's so many nuances, bro. There's astronauts, there's philosophers. It's way too deep for me to just answer that now here. But what I'd say about him and his theory about it is I like the fact that it's not just mush of words just saying that, oh, I don't believe that the word is wrong. You know, there's something behind it. There's explanation.
okay.
He's maybe not clear and maybe he doesn't know everything, but that's what I like.
So I love the way your mind works with that. I mean, I just gotta be like, I've never heard a good argument from a flat earther that a scientist didn't make a better argument for, in my opinion. And that's I'm gonna throw it out there. But I like the fact that you take the skeptical mind approach, where it's not like you're saying one thing or the other. I mean, I don't put a lot of faith into the flat Earth beliefs. I actually look at that in a very different point of view, but it's a very different conversation. But let's say I can empathize with how somebody can go down a rabbit hole like this. That's what I call it, and end up believing something
Yeah.
like that. I think there's reasons that skeptical people have to be skeptical that are systemically built into our society, and we don't do anything to show people like that anything different. And I do believe that there's something to look. I'm not saying Bob is necessarily, let's say, lost. We'll say he has some good logic to it, but I've seen versions of that that are toxic as fuck, that are not that, and it's
Mm,
so there's layers
I
to it,
will not
right?
say that you're wrong. You're right.
So because I've seen that
You're right.
side of it,
That absolutely.
it's like, and I understand why they're like that. Listen, imagine you grew up in a world and you believed the government was spying on you and everybody laughed at you. And then Edward Snowden leaks a bunch of files and the government's been spying on you and everybody laughed at you. And now, who are you going to believe? Like, there's some really big things to this that I don't think a lot of people think about. And I have personal reasons why I think about these things that I don't want to talk about. But let's say people in my life are close to me may believe some weird shit. And I've had to think a long time about why they believe the weird shit they do. But your version of it really comes
Mm.
from a perspective and a desire to accumulate more knowledge before coming to a hard decision.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I actually think there's a difference between
For
that
sure.
and the more nefarious version or the sad version of it to me, where like people get lost in logic traps and are unable to see any kind of reason through the fog, regardless. So
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that distinction. That was definitely not where I was expecting that to go, but I certainly think it was interesting.
Hmm.
It's cool,
Hmm.
man.
It's a good thing.
I think your mind is interesting, and I think that you didn't answer anything preposterously. So that's fucking interesting too.
Hmm.
Because the second you were like, "That's the cool part," I was like, "I don't know where he's going with this," but you went in a cool place with it. I respect that shit.